We have to ask you the question that you get asked all the time because you are the expert on this. And that is about NCAA football, the video game coming back, EA Sports. Everyone freaks out. I feel like every 3 to 4 days, worried that this game is not going to happen or something is going to be delayed. So what is the absolute latest as we are recording this about the state of the game?
Absolute latest. I understand if you are a diehard video game fan and you don't want to take my word on something, even though I'm getting it directly from the company. That's great, right? By the mouth of 2 or 3 witnesses, blah, blah, blah. I remember Sunday school. Like, I understand. The EA just had an investor call where they confirmed and talked about this, like literally on the call. Yes, the game's coming out this summer. We had like a VP of marketing retweet me a couple of weeks ago and said, yes, the game's coming out this summer. The CEO of the company gave an interview with Sportico and said, yes, the game's coming out this summer. So I would prefer if you took my word for it. I've been on this beat since the game was announced. I was the guy that broke the initial release date. I was the guy that broke that it was being delayed. I've shared a bunch of information, but I'm not an all-seeing oracle. But so you could just listen to a bunch of people that have EA email addresses that are all saying the game is coming out this summer. Just because we haven't released a specific release date does not mean the game is not coming out.
When will we know when, or a time frame ish? Do we?
I mean, so like the game's coming out in July. Like EA isn't saying that. I'm saying that it's coming out in July. I don't know exactly what date yet. I would imagine,
which is when it always came out.
Which is when it always comes out, exactly. And the reason like they're not confirming, hey, it's not the 8th or the 12th or the 15th. A lot of that's about trucks. Like that's not because we don't know if the game is going to be done yet. It's we're going to get the physical, CDs from the factory to GameStop in time. We got to figure that stuff out. We'll know more, I would say, over the next 8 weeks. Not just about exact date, but things like cover athletes and things like the company themselves being more willing to pull back the curtain. That was always the plan, to do that in February to early March and ramp that up over the summer. And that's how literally every sports video game is done. I would love if they leaked more things to me, and if not me, to your local beat writer, to Vanini, to everybody else. That's not how EA operates. I beg of you to be patient.
Yes.
Well,
you and we've both talked to people in the company and outside the company. It's happening. People freaked out about the Brander lawsuit. You and I kept saying, guys, this is not, it's fine. It's going to be okay.
Dude,
it was, and it will be.
How did you get a lot of DMs yesterday about people freaking out about the Tennessee lawsuit and whether that does anything to the game? Because I got more than 10.
That does not.
I grew up on the game. You grew up on the game. We go crazy. We love this thing. I have been blown away just how like next level the craziness over some of this was. It has admittedly taken me aback in terms of like every little thing people worry it's not going to result in the game coming out. Guys, it's coming out. They fine.
Love this thing. It's going to look totally different though too with the portal and all of that. It's going to be really fun.